Everybody, welcome back to my Subaru for another devotion on my position in terms of engaging in politics as a Christian, as a pastor, as a follower of Jesus. And today I want to talk to you about my rule number 7. Rule number 7 is be more local. Be more local. And so here's the question I want to ask you. If you find yourself generally doing well personally, I mean your job, your family, your neighborhood, your community, your church community, if things are generally pretty well there, yet you find yourself with a lot of angst, with a lot of stress, with a lot of anger because of what is going on with DC politics, presidential politics, then I think that is a strong yellow, if not orange, flag. It's a warning that you may be giving your attention and your thoughts to the wrong things. The way our founding fathers set up this country and the Constitution is that our local impacts, our local politics, our state politics would impact us in greater measure than federal politics. And yet all of our news, all of our attention, all of the division we've seen in the country in recent years is because of presidential politics, because of what is coming out of DC. And so what I'd like to challenge you with is to figure out how you can be more engaging and more impactful as a follower of Christ locally, in your own neighborhood. I mean, right outside your front door. And man, it's so interesting, the world we live in today. Someone can put on a bumper sticker or put up a sign that kind of puts a stake in the ground that states, where their politics are, whether they're right or left. But as a Christian, it is our imperative to not let those things hinder us from loving our neighbor, engaging with our neighbors, and finding ways to influence and impact them for Christ, wherever they stand in regards to religion, faith, the gospel. God wants to use you to impact them, not politically, but spiritually. And that means that we need to get out of our front door and instead of engaging so much in presidential politics, let's figure out how we can improve our neighborhoods, improve our community, do good in our neighborhoods, in our community. And so, here's some questions for you that you can consider when engaging your neighbors. Rather than going down, are you pro-Trump, anti-Trump, pro-Biden, anti-Biden, whatever it is, just avoid those conversations and keep it personal, keep it local. Here's a couple questions that you could consider as you attempt to do this. Question number 1. What are 3 things that matter most to you being an American? It's a great question, I think. What are 3 things that matter most to you being an American? Question number 2. What are your top concerns locally? Turn off the national news, turn off the news coming out of DC, and focus on what is happening in your neighborhood, in your community. What are your top concerns locally? And then, and this is a challenge because I failed this question, do you know your local representative? Do you know who he or she is? Do you know what their values are? Do you know what their priorities are? What can you do to participate locally to make your neighborhood, your world, a better place? And so give your attention not to what is going on in the country. Give your attention to what is going on in your life personally. Give your attention to what is going on in your neighborhood. Give your attention to what is going on in your community. And find ways to build bridges into your neighbors' lives, no matter what their political affiliation is. Because I bet you have a lot more in common. I bet you have similar things, way more than you might think, if you eliminate the political the presidential political platform. And so go outside your front door. Talk to your neighbors. Get to know your neighbors. Love your neighbor. That is your imperative as a follower of Jesus. To love God, not politics. Love God and love your neighbor. God bless you guys. I hope this is helpful. And I look forward to talking with you again soon. God bless you. Bye-bye.